2024 was a great year for a lot of Tigers fans. I've already made a video on that entire season. But there was one player in particular that did not have the best season and did not live up to expectations, and that would be Spencer Torkelson. And because of that, a lot of Tigers fans very vocally gave up on Spencer Torkelson. Despite a great 2023 season and only being 25 years old, his disappointing 2024 left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. He struggled all year, got sent down to AAA midway through the season, and he was not a playoff riser by any means. It also didn't help that the Tigers have not been the best at developing young bats in recent years. When Tork hit 31 homers back in 2023, he became the first homegrown Tiger to hit 30 home runs since Curtis Granderson in 2009. Things got even worse when at the start of spring training, Spencer Torkelson said he was not going to watch any video to improve his swing. And at that point, a lot of people were just done with Spencer Torkelson and wanted to give up on him. And the doubt was louder than ever. But the crazy thing is, that strategy that so many people got mad at Tork for using has resulted in what could be his best season ever. Like I said before, to most people, it sounded like Tork was being ignorant and refusing to get better when he said he wasn't going to watch any videos on his swing. Really, what he meant was he was going to stop over-analyzing everything and just go back to what's familiar to him so that he can get a better feel for his swing. And we've seen him do just that. He's gone back to a batting stance that looks a lot like what he used at Arizona State and has done away with his old, kind of strange, very spread out batting stance that he used last year. This made things more simpler and natural for Spencer Torkelson and has been a huge part of his return to success. And already, this early into the season, we've seen it pay off. He's already surpassed his home run total from last season in just 43 games. But it's not just the power that's returned. After not having an on-base percentage above .313 in any of his previous seasons, he is now just below .350. If Spencer Torkelson keeps this up for the rest of the season, he is going to have career highs in basically every single offensive category. And this is the best team in the American League. At times, depending on when this video is released, the Tigers are the best team in all of baseball right now. They have the reigning Cy Young winner in Tarek Skubal. They have an all-star in Riley Green. They have a ton of great young prospects who are pitchers and position players. And part of the reason they are where they are is because of Spencer Torkelson, the same guy that people gave up on just a few months ago and didn't give him a chance to make the major league roster. This is the same player who only hit 10 home runs and 37 RBIs on a .219 batting average, routinely batting in the bottom 7 of the order just last year. And just for fun, and to appreciate how far Spencer Torkelson has come, let's look at where he ranks in some offensive categories. Now, these aren't all the highest in the world, but he's 8th in homers, 4th in RBIs, and 25th in OPS, along with ranking in the top 50 of a few other good offensive categories. The main lesson from this is that you never know how a young guy's career is going to play out. Sometimes players do have fluke seasons. But to label 2023 as a fluke season for Spencer Torkelson is not very smart in my opinion. Tork has all the physical capabilities to replicate his 2023 season. He has proven that he has the skill to do that type of stuff, and to me, it was clear that the only obstacle for him was mental and mechanical, which for some guys can be a killer. And I'm not trying to say that this comeback season was a sure thing for Spencer Torkelson, because it's actually really unlikely. But if you really watched Spencer Torkelson, I think you would be able to tell that a season like this, a comeback season of this magnitude, was definitely possible under the right circumstances. Now, I will admit I'm a very optimistic person when it comes to developing young players. I think that all it takes is a good coach, or a good situation, or a change of scenery to unlock a player's potential. But Spencer Torkelson was a guy that I had a good feeling about, so I had no problems believing in him when he was struggling last year. But another thing that you can take away from this is just how much of a mental game baseball can be. Both Spencer Torkelson and Javier Baez have come back from the dead. They got better mentally and mechanically as players. Now, there is kind of an element of uncertainty to this comeback. Spencer Torkelson could have a MVP caliber season, but then when 2026 comes around, with big expectations, is he going to be able to continue that for another season? Because he could have a great 2025, and then 2026 is just like 2024, where he's coming off a good season and he struggles. And I can't guarantee that that isn't gonna happen, because this is the majors. Pitchers and teams figure things out really quickly. What is Spencer Torkelson gonna have to do to maintain this level of play for years to come? Well, the first thing is you can't be complacent. Keeping things familiar is good, but what it's gonna come down to is getting your pitches even when pitchers are able to figure you out. And Tork has done a great job this season hitting mistake pitches, but his batting average as of right now is not the best in the world, and that could be a problem later on. I understand he's going to be a swing and miss kind of guy. For him to hit big, he's also going to have to miss big. But better plate discipline can really help him in the long run. So being able to select his pitches and get his pitches and know what to swing at and what not to swing at and just get better at overall plate discipline is going to be a big piece to him maintaining this success. Another thing is he can't get too high on the highs or too low on the lows. The emotional highs and lows of a baseball season can rip you apart. And if Spencer Torkelson goes back into having mental struggles, it could really hurt him. But I really hope that Spencer Torkelson is able to continue hitting like this for years to come. Spencer Torkelson living up to his draft hype and living up to his ability is great for him, it's great for the Tigers, it's great for fans like you and me because we get to see great baseball, it's great for everybody. One last thing that I do want to point out that has changed with Spencer Torkelson is something that some of y'all might not notice. For those of you that watched Spencer Torkelson his rookie season and the first part of his second year, I think you'll remember this when I bring it up. In Spencer Torkelson's first season, not only was he struggling to find consistency, but his power was not there. The pressure to be a big power bat mounted with every single pop fly. And after every pop fly, it was the same routine. Tork would slam his bat into the ground and yell the same bad word.
Sit up right side.
Spencer Torkelson was struggling so much in the same way every single time that it became a routine, which is the last thing you want to see from him. Now, the success is becoming routine. The same look after every homer is a regular thing, and you can picture it in your mind. So maybe the secret isn't necessarily the mental side of the game or the mechanics, it's making success a part of your routine. Who knows what the future could hold for Spencer Torkelson and the Detroit Tigers. But whatever happens, I'm going to be watching the whole time, and hopefully you will too. And maybe Spencer Torkelson's story will be a reminder to some of y'all that you should take it easier on young prospects when they hit a slump. They might come out of it. It might take a year for them to come out of it, but eventually, with the right support and the right development, they'll come out of it. Anyways, I'm Limitless Pulse. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Hey, Kato, where are we going?
Hell, actually. I'm finna kill all of us. And then kill myself.
Get in the ball!
Kill yourself!